NHL.com's got an interesting article. So we've talked a lot about Travis Green among Vancouver fans. I haven't discussed it a lot on the channel. I don't think. Maybe I've discussed it a lot, but Travis Green's had a lot of interesting takes on things. So Green demoting the Sedins to third line, almost fourth line status, is unheard of. And of course, it's because of their age, right? So, what else has he been doing that's different? Goaltenders. Nelson's played 4 games. He's got 3 wins, 943 save percentage, 1.88 goals against average. Markstrom, 9 games played. He's got 3 wins, 916 save percentage, 2.25 goals against. The average for the NHL in save percentage is 910. Now, it was 909 a week ago, so it is coming up. But you look at the numbers, and clearly Nelson's been the better goalie. So how is it that they're going with Markstrom more often? What's the decision process? Apparently, a lot of this comes down to goaltending coach Dan Cloutier. Dan Cloutier has done some wonderful things for the Canucks goaltending, and it's not the first time. Cloutier took a lot of flack when he played for some meltdowns that he had. Those meltdowns, I still think to this day, had a lot to do with him being injured and playing injured and not admitting injuries when he should have. And fatigue. I think fatigue played a role in one season when he kind of fell apart at the end. And you know, there were some times where mentally he would get psyched out. So the team would score against the Canucks and his whole body language would change. Doesn't affect him as a coach. Doesn't mean he won't be a good goaltending coach. And clearly he's been a good goaltending coach for the Canucks. So why make the changes? For instance, Nelson gets a shutout, wins his next game. Does he play the next? Nope, they go back to Markstrom for the next 2 games. So why? It's interesting, actually. He decides who to play, Travis Green, based on input from Dan Cloutier and based on the style being played by the opposite team. So if it's a fast-flowing, wide-open team, he plays Markstrom. Markstrom has the better lateral movement. If it's a more straight up and down the ice, old-fashioned hockey type thing, he's going to be facing more shots from the front. He goes with Nelson, a more conservative goaltender in the way he plays the game. Now, this is being done by Vancouver because they don't have a clear-cut number 1. They don't have that. And what was mentioned in the article was when the Sharks did this with Nabokov and Toskala. And I can remember other teams playing in a similar style. I can remember the Blackhawks rotating between 3 goalies. Darren Pang, Jimmy Waite, and I think it was Murray Vanderman was the other one. And anytime there's 3 goalies, it's awkward. But when they're trying to get all 3 goalies games to play, it's super awkward. It's awkward and a half. And Darren Pang has spoken out about it before and how it was kind of odd, but they did their best to make it work. And Panger's one of the best commentators in the game as far as I'm concerned. And goalies usually are. That's the weird thing. Marty Biron is also insightful. Goaltenders have a very good view of the game from back there and a very good view of who's good and who isn't. And Markstrom and Nilsson have both played very well this year. The Canucks can't look at their goaltending right now and say, well, there's the problem. That's what's been happening is our goaltending let us down. Outside of 1 game, their goaltending has not been a problem. Now, I think that personally Nilsson's going to end up being the starter. I think if his stats stay gaudy anywhere near this, I think he'll end up getting starts from Markstrom. But it's interesting to hear a coach saying he decides on who the goalie is going to be based on who they're against. We've heard plenty of occasions where a coach will say this team's playing a more physical style, I'm putting in the tough guys, or this team's a very skilled team, I'm putting in all the skilled players. Now we have a guy saying based on the skill on the other side of the ice, I'm going to decide who goes in net. And it's interesting because I don't know that I've heard that before. Usually you'll hear we're going with the hot hand, we're alternating goalies, we feel we have 2 number 1s. Infamously, I remember that being said in Dallas about Niemi and Lehtinen. And that rotation didn't last very long. Usually when you have 2 number 1s or 2 number 1Bs, so guys who are probably good enough to be a starter, but maybe not a 60-game starter, more of a 45 to 50-game starter with a really good backup. in that situation, you know, that rotation will... Rotations can be iffy. And that's why, again, I'm looking at this and I'm saying, this is fun for now. Will it still be fun in December? Let's say Markstrom in this next game, this drops to a 9.08, this goes up to a 2.6. This whole topic may change. Travis Green has been smart, though, in the way he's played things. And I wanted to kind of jump on him early about the whole sitting Besser out thing. And they're still making jokes in the Vancouver media about... so Besser sat the first 2 games. I don't know if you heard about it or not. Because all Canuck fandom went crazy, for the most part. Myself included. And I have to say, the way that Green has been deploying the players has been good. He's getting the most he can out of what he has. And it looks like that's what he's doing with the goaltenders, too. He doesn't have a Carey Price. He doesn't have a Jonathan Quick or an Andrei Vasilevsky. And he's not pretending that he does. He's saying, this is the best guy for tonight. Because of what the other team does. Are they a team that passes often in front of the net? Are we going to have to deal with a goalie who has to move from post to post quickly? All right, then it's Markstrom. Are they more straight up and down the ice? Then it's Nelson. It's an interesting way of doing things. And if anything I've learned with Travis Green, there's interesting ways of doing pretty much everything that he gets up here. So let me know what you guys think. Travis Green's decision on how to play goaltenders based on the style of play by the other team. Is that smart? Crazy? Is it going to last all year? Can you see that working for a full season? Anytime that a new way of doing things comes into the league, usually it's responded to as that's crazy, and then other teams will imitate it. So what other teams could benefit from this? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way around the internet and you happen upon these videos. And I'll talk to you guys again later.